Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the opening ceremony of ETH Vietnam. This is Steve from Dorahacks. Very happy to have this opportunity to host the opening ceremony today. Yeah, ETH Vietnam is right away. The conference is going to happen from November 25th to November 28th. It will be one of the most important in-person hackathon and developer gathering in Southeast Asia and ASEAN region. And there are a lot of partners joining the event. It's also a great Ethereum developer meetup supported by Ethereum Foundation. So a lot of us are really looking forward to, I think this is the first ETH Vietnam event ever. So we have the host of the event today, Quinn, explaining why she wants to host ETH Vietnam, what are some of the cool events to look forward to, and what are some of the prizes for ETH Vietnam Hackathon. And we also have Dustin from Ethereum Foundation to give a speech to all of the hackers and all of the participants of the hackathon of the event. We also have amazing partners joining us today from Polygon, from 1inch, from BitDao, from Scroll, and from a lot of other amazing partners. They also give a welcome speech to all of the hackers today. So yeah, without further ado, I want to welcome Quinn to give a very high-level introduction of ETH Vietnam to everyone here. Thanks. Hi, Quinn.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank you so much for spending your Sunday time and not going out for the Halloween party, and just like spending time with us for the kickoff for ETH Vietnam Buidlathon to 2022. And also like thank you all our sponsors and partners and our friends. Like without you guys, like we cannot make this. So let's start with like a bit about Vietnam. Vietnam, actually we have like about like 8 to 10 million crypto user, and always like in the top 3 market in terms of a crypto user growth rate globally. And we also have very young and talented dev community, and also like we have about nearly 1 million, like young Vietnamese like talent work in IT and software development, and we have about like 450,000 developers. And do you know that like every single year, like each year we have about like 55,000 graduated IT students from more than like 100 universities. And actually whenever like we join many different amazing hackathon or other like amazing blockchain conference and submit over the world, we just ask question like why Vietnam haven't got any kind of global summit which focus on blockchain and that community. And actually we see that like Vietnam is like totally a potential market for this, and if we can do like ETH Vietnam, we also like can bring everyone together, and we can bring like even thousands of developers into the ecosystem. And with that, like we also can support like hundreds of great projects. And like after like ETH Vietnam, we also hope that like we can connecting not only Vietnam with the world, but also the whole region in Southeast Asia, and we can collaborate, we build, and we can make the world better. So with all of that philosophy, and ETH Vietnam will be host in Ho Chi Minh City, and we do like in the Independence Palace, which is a beautiful historical building, and it is a symbol of the past. But we believe that when we do the ETH Vietnam focus on the blockchain and the dev community, we perfectly can bring the new ways and can shape the future And what we're gonna have in ETH Vietnam, actually, we're gonna have a lot of amazing content, and we have actually more than 100 global and regional speakers applied to talk in ETH Vietnam. And within like 2 days, from 25th to 26th November, we will discuss about like blockchain, infrastructure, DeFi, NFT, metaverse, Web3 DAOs, and we also focus on the hackathon. So right now, up to this moment, we have more than 200 teams registered for the hackathon. And for the hackathon, ETH Vietnam, we have both like virtual from, like this day until the mini event, 25th to 26th. And we bring all the team to join the in-person hackathon. And we also like choose the best team to join the demo pitch day on the 27th of November. And we do hope that, like with ETH Vietnam, with this like hackathon, we also can see like amazing ideas and we can test it, and together we also like can support and have them to build and to bring great projects into the ecosystem. And lastly, we also thank you for all our sponsor for this event. Without you guys, like we cannot have, like amazing mentor, amazing speakers, and also like a lot of workshop to have the builders and have the ecosystem. And also like we have total about like 60,000 US dollar for the party rewards, and so many more ideas that we can support everyone. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Quinn. Like Quinn mentioned, Vietnam is a magical place. There are so many developers really digging into Web3 right now. There are so many, I think, community members. I think the crypto adoption rate in Vietnam is one of the best in the world. And like ETH Vietnam, there's actually a lot of Ethereum developer meetups and community events, hackathons all over the world. So I'm really hoping that ETH Vietnam can be a flagship event in ASEAN region, and everyone can discuss the most advanced research and development in the Ethereum community, and together we can build the future of Web3 together. I'm really looking forward to this, Quinn.
Thank you, Steve. And
Yep.
I just want to add one thing, that actually ETH Vietnam is like hosted by the community and for the community. And we also got a lot of like support from our mentors, our partners, and our, like friends and other, like projects and protocol. So this is like the event hosted by the community. Yeah, just want to clarify that with you, Steve.
Awesome. Yeah. Like I mentioned, there's actually Ethereum Foundation is supporting global Ethereum events, and Quinn and I just participated in an event, DevCon in Bogota, and there's global chapters of Ethereum events. So I want to welcome Dustin from Ethereum Foundation about his view about the ASEAN and SEA developer community and why is it very important to host a hackathon in the ASEAN region. Hi, Dustin.
Hi, my name is Dustin and I work at the Ethereum Foundation in ecosystem development. So one of the things that we believe is that Ethereum is for everyone. And what does this mean in practice? It means that we believe that anyone who wants to build decentralized applications, which are credibly neutral, censorship resistant, and contribute to the ecosystem, should be able to do so. Realistically, that means that there's a lot more work that we need to do. A large majority of the projects, investment, use cases, and development communities are still concentrated in the US and Europe. Much of the learning material and most of the technical documentation, especially on the cutting edge, are still mostly in English. What this does is that it limits the number of people we can get to work on Ethereum if they have to learn English first. Now, how can we solve this? Ethereum.org tries to play its part by translating material on its website to 50 languages by 4,200 volunteer translators around the world. We're working on increasing the number of languages all the time and increasing the amount of information that gets translated. But to really scale, we need a more ground-up approach. We need to build communities across the world who can support each other in their journey in Ethereum so they can grow the ecosystem and help each other to flourish. Maybe not everyone understands English well, but someone in the group does. They can help others to understand material. And the more people who understand the latest documentation and research material, the more minds we have working on use cases and development. But the key to this is for communities to share knowledge with each other rather than keeping it for themselves. That's the philosophy of open source software, and it's one of the core values of Ethereum. Cooperation grows the community, while adversity stunts its growth when individuals cut each other down. And that's a big part of why hackathons are important to us. It brings people together, not to passively listen to someone on a stage, but to form teams, set common objectives, argue, debate ideas and approaches to build something together. And what this does is it sows the seeds for like teammates to become friends, rival teams to become collaborators, and a large group of individuals to become a cohesive community. A community that works together can then come up with solutions that solve problems for their town or city or country. And that's how we grow Ethereum to bring the next billion users on board. What's different is our approach to growth. What we try to do is we rather empower rather than direct, a coach rather than guide, and support rather than initiate. And the reason that we do this is that it's important for communities to figure out their own way, not for them to run the way they think we want them to run. For community building, this can mean that at the start, things move slower or run less efficiently, and they take longer to come to consensus. But by doing so, a community learns how to disagree, to debate opposing views, to gain social consensus around tough decisions, and to keep the boat afloat while moving in the right direction. There's no shortcut to learning these lessons together as a group. As the proverb goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So let's go far together. Best of luck to all the teams, and I'll love to meet all of you at ETH Vietnam.
Thank you so much, Dustin. I believe, Dustin, you'll be in Vietnam to meet with all of the fellow developers and hackers there. Is there anything specifically you're expecting from a hackathon perspective? Is there any interesting applications that you're particularly interested in?
So I know that for Vietnam, there's a huge GameFi community. I think it's something like 60 to 70 projects are in GameFi. So I think that what everyone expects from Vietnam really is like exciting things to see in GameFi. I've met some of the teams that are working on really interesting projects. I think that what that means is that for GameFi to get a lot of adoption, I think that account abstraction is something I'm really interested in seeing as well. I'm interested in seeing the scaling approaches that they work on layer 2s. Those are the kinds of things that I think that the Vietnamese are working very hard on from the people that I've met when I've been in my previous 3 trips there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all of the new things that you see in a hackathon, because you can meet projects individually, but once you attract teams all around the world and all around the country together, you're going to see a lot more interesting things.
Awesome. Thank you, Dustin. Look forward to seeing you and the rest of Ethereum community in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you so much for joining us today. So yeah, I want to welcome Quinn back to give a really high-level introduction of what are the prizes, bounties, workshops to be expected in the hackathon. We have amazing sponsors. I think they in total chipped in $60,000 in bounties prizes. We also have amazing quadratic funding prize pool for all the participating projects to compete for. So yeah, welcome back, Quinn, and we'd love to know a little bit more about the prizes and bounties. Yep, Quinn, I think you are still on mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Sorry. Okay, so this is like the whole information about like the bounty reward, very exciting. And for ETH Vietnam, the first year we have Polygon, we have Orange, we have Blockpour, we have Score, Reddio, Dorahacks, and BitDao. And from thanks to these like sponsor, we have totally about 60,000 bounty reward for all teams, and each different sponsor, we also have the different bounty reward. Maybe like each of them will share with you the details about the prompts, about the bounty rewards, and about some challenges later on. But we also want to share with you like how ETH Vietnam Buidlathon will happen. So actually, in terms of the timeline, so firstly, we have totally about like 200 teams register for ETH Vietnam Buidlathon for now. And we also have the virtual hackathon starting from now until the 24th of November. And after that, like all the teams who join for the in-person hackathon, they start to develop also like the virtual project that they started during the virtual hackathon. And also like during those like 25th and 26th of November, all the team also like join many different like amazing workshop from different mentors from different teams. And also we also have, you know, like the demo pitch day on the 27th of November, which means that, you know, we choose the best team to join for the demo pitch day to share about their amazing ideas and the project also. And they also can pitch among all the judges and about the total VCs and angel investor at the same time. And after that, we also have many judges and mentor to support all of you guys during the ETH Vietnam Buidlathon. So you can learn from, you know, like the global expert from our amazing mentors, and you can directly ask many questions and learn from our amazing mentor and judges at the same time. And also on the last day, 27, after we choose the best team, and we also like give the bounty reward for different, you know, prompts from different sponsors. And after the 27, after that, like 2 weeks, we also have the quadric funding, which is like voted by the committee. The committee will choose like which is their favorite project or favorite idea, and also you can got some, you know, support and investment from the committee from the quadric funding. So that's it for now for the ETH Vietnam Buidlathon information, and maybe like after that we can have the Q&A in the end. I want to give like the stage back to our amazing sponsor so that they can share about the prompt and about their own bounty reward.
Yep, thank you, Quinn, for your amazing introduction. So how can you share a little bit on how many teams have already registered for the hackathon already?
Right now we have about like 204 teams registered for the hackathon.
Yeah, it's amazing result. So actually, like Quinn mentioned, the hackathon have two parts. We have a virtual hackathon where everyone from ASEAN region are welcome to participate. It's already live. You can find the hackathon already. We'll share a link later. But also we have a IRL hackathon that's going to happen in Ho Chi Minh City as part of ETH Vietnam developer gathering. That's going to happen in November 25th. So really looking forward to the both the virtual hackathon and the IRL hackathon, as we already have so many amazing developers joined. But still, we want to welcome everyone to participate in this festival. So thank you, Quinn, for your amazing introduction. We have 60,000 in bounties and prizes for grab. And for you to dig into all of the, actually, a lot of the sponsors are amazing. Their tech stacks are really worth exploring. So might as well take this opportunity just to integrate your project with their tech stack, with their ecosystem support. That's all amazing resources to get. So thank you, Quinn, for introduction. I want to welcome all the partners of this hackathon to give a welcome speech to all of the developers here. We have Nikita from 1inch, Kevin from Polygon, Chris from Squirrel, Neil from Reddio, Braden from Blockpour, and Jashil from BitDao. So without further ado, I want to welcome Nikita from 1inch to give a welcome speech.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick from 1inch. I'm backend team lead, and just want to say that 1inch network was created during Hackathon at 2019 at Ethereum New York, and I do believe that it's not the last and not the first project actually that was created during the Hackathon. That is pretty large size right now. We do believe that maybe another unicorn project will be born on the current Hackathon as well, and Hackathon, I think, is the best way to start working on your project and get a lot of useful feedback. 1inch Network is trying our best to support hackers across the world, and we do have several prize nominations today, including open track nomination as well. We will have several workshops about aggregation API and limit order API because most of our nominations are based on the limit order and aggregation API. So I do recommend you to check this out if you're planning to build using 1inch or participate on 1inch nominations. If you want to start right now, I do recommend to visit our website, 1inch.io, and check our portal documentation. I wish good luck to all the participants. So let's build.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. I agree with you. Like, actually, 1inch emerged from one of the ETH hackathons. It's a brilliant story in, I think, the history of like Web3 hackathons, Ethereum hackathons. So, will you be there in Vietnam to support other hackers?
Yeah, I will be there, and we'll be happy to answer all your questions offline and online as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, fellow hackers, if you have any question about how to build a protocol with DeFi, how to integrate your protocol with 1inch, feel free to ask Nick IRL, or I believe like there will be a Discord channel or Telegram group prepared for you guys to to answer all of your questions before the hackathon. So feel free to find our operational team and ETH Vietnam team, and we can help connect a 1inch team with you there. So thank you, Nick, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Awesome. So after 1inch, there's Kevin from Polygon. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? Yeah, Kevin, I think you're still on mute.
Yeah. Okay. Hi,
Nice.
Steve. Hey,
Yeah.
Quinn, Nick. Amazing stuff. I mean, more than 200 teams now. That's just amazing. And we
Yeah.
think about ASEAN, we think about incredibly dedicated, incredibly driven, incredibly smart hackers. I'm really, really excited to see what's going to come out of this. And really, really excited to kind of support them along the way, all the hackers, everyone's building. Just wanted to break down what our bounty is all about for Polygon. So basically, the total is 10,000 USDT, and because Polygon is a leading platform for Ethereum scaling and infrastructure development, so we have all suites of stacks solutions. When it comes to it, basically, it is all about whoever can build the best dApps using either one of them. So it could be Polygon proof of stake chain, right? It could be Polygon ID, using Polygon ID, and also our recently launched Polygon zkVM testnet. So everything is under consideration, and we will break it down into a couple of prizes. The first prize would be $3,000. Second prize would be $2,000, and the third prize would be $1,000. And that would also be a pool prize for 8 other runner-up projects where each will get $500. And the only submission criteria is it's got to be deployed on either our testnet or mainnet of either one of our solutions. So very exciting. I think we'll share a lot of our documentation, library, and we'll be there to help virtually. Definitely looking forward to in real life meeting with the builders as well.
Awesome, Kevin. So also, will you be there in Ho Chi Minh City this time?
Yeah, 100%. Be there, and we'll be there to talk about like things we're doing for the builders, and also see if you have any questions, anything at all. It could be technical, it could be non-technical, it could be ecosystem support. We're just happy to be a part of your journey and support you along the way.
Awesome. I think Kevin is actually helping all the developers in Asia, in the ASEAN region, to better connect with Polygon tech stacks. So guys, if you have any question about how to build your dApp on Polygon, which is amazing, vibrant community already, feel free to ask Kevin, and feel free to connect with Dorahacks and ETH Vietnam team. We're happy to connect the Polygon team with you there. And please look into Polygon bounties as well, and all those amazing prizes for you to grab. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us today.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everyone. Good luck.
Yeah, take care. Let's go. And next, I want to welcome Chris from Scroll. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Yeah, great. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I met the rest of the team in Bogota. So happy to see you supporting ETH Vietnam as well.
Yeah. Also, I want to thanks to ETHVN and Dorahacks for hosting this event. And Vienna is a really amazing place. So I really looking forward to seeing you all there. Yeah. So let's talk about Scroll. Scroll is building an EVM equivalent ZK solution layer 2 chain to scale Ethereum. We are building a Bitcoin level compatible ZK EVM so that developers and users can get exact same experience on Scroll as layer 1. And we are an open source project since day 1, and we are working with the Ethereum Foundation to build this ZK EVM. And eventually, this ZK EVM will also be used for layer 1 scaling. So through this ETHVN Scroll reward, we aim to help the Scroll community become more diverse and prosperous. We are supporting more decentralized contributors to build their own project. We welcome all open source projects, groundbreaking research, and all public good and educational projects that help developers and researchers. And we will set up 3 awards like gold, silver, and bronze. There may be multiple gold or silver or bronze award at the same time. It all depends on the project itself. So just go ahead and build whatever you want. Enjoy this hackathon. So the gold award is $3,000 and $3,000, and the silver award is $2,000, and the bronze award is $1,000. And we will also set up a prize pool of $2,000 to reward other participating teams. So in addition to financial support, the winning team were eligible to join the Scroll mentorship program. Members from Scroll R&D team will support the winning project for 1 month. And each winning team will be assigned a mentor during this process. The team will provide support wherever the team needs help, such as technical support, project collaboration and introduction, and technical or community feedback, etc., etc. After end of 1 month, if you need any our ecosystem grants to continue to complete your next milestone, we'll also evaluate it according to the project follow-up in the past 1 month. And the submission criteria, I think, for Scroll reward is that you have to deploy on Scroll testnet or Ethereum layer 1. I think it's same because Ethereum layer 1 contract can be migrated seamlessly to Scroll because Scroll is a EVM equivalent. Yeah, so we welcome all builders to develop and experience the Scroll testnet. Yeah, also we welcome all innovative applications, open source developer tools, and developers and researcher education or onboarding project, and even Ethereum research improvements such as EIP, etc. Yeah, I think that's all about Scroll reward. Just come and build. Thanks for listening. Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Scroll is actually one of the most interesting ZK EVM layer 2 solutions, I think, in Ethereum community right now. So I do want to welcome all the developers who are interested in the ZK tech stacks, layer 2 solutions, and how to, they're a big part in, I think, Ethereum community to scale Ethereum. So with that, you can build a lot of really powerful dApps. So Scroll is also very, very supportive of all the hackers. So Chris, I guess you'll be there as well, right? And
yeah.
Awesome. Feel free to ask any question about ZK, about ZKVM, about Layer 2 to Chris and Scroll team. And I believe they'll be very happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you, Chris, for joining us today.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah. And next, I want to welcome Neil from Reddio team. Hi, Neil.
Hey, Steve. Nice to meet you, and nice to meet everyone here in Sunday. Yeah, so I'm founder and CEO of Reddio. So we are the company building on top of StarEx technology based on the Starkware technologies. So currently, we are offering the ZK-Wrap APIs as a service. Basically, you don't need to learn any Solidity or any Carol from Starkware. You can use our API from like day one. The integration in a few minutes time. That's the right tool for hackathons, right? And especially actually we work with Scaling X and also the top 10 crypto exchange called MEXC to provide this bounty to incentivize you use the technology to deploy on top of Reddio's APIs. We have the price here showing you already. I won't read about it. And the only condition is just deploy on top of Reddio's API. And a little bit trickier because you can combine with Reddio's API with 1 inch, for example, to win two prizes. We have a lot of developer tools documentation shared on the website. We also have a 24/7 Discord channel in the bounty page. Just join us if you have any questions. So I myself is also an angel investor. I will be there for sure and talk to all the developers there. If you have any questions, would like to link you to someone who is more expert with, and also we would like to help you as much as I can in terms of technology itself, the ideas for startups, and also many more innovations. I can imagine you guys gonna hack around. Yeah, really looking forward to join you guys.
Awesome, Neil. So, will your team be in Ho Chi Minh City as well?
Yeah, so I'll be there. Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Also, like Reddio is a really cool project building on top of Starknet, Starkware. So, if you guys are into, I guess, building on top of Starkware, which is also a part of really important roadmap of like ZK in Ethereum community, feel free to ask question to Neil and the rest of his team. I believe Reddio team will love to support you there.
For sure.
So awesome. Thank you, Neil, for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Next is Braden from Blockpour. Hi, Braden. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So please introduce to us.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Braden. I'm the founder of Blockpour. We're super excited to be sponsoring a prize for this hackathon. I myself have participated in a few ETH hackathons in the past. So it's a great opportunity to meet people, build some cool stuff, and kind of see what comes out of it. So for our hackathon challenge, we're going to be offering a $10,000 prize in USDC. There's going to be 3 different winning teams. The first team will receive $5,000. The second team will receive $3,500. And the third place team will receive 1,500 USDC. So we're going to update our bounty page shortly as well to reflect that. To give some background about what Blockpour is and what we do, Blockpour is a data analytics and aggregation platform, basically allowing users to get access to on-chain data or DeFi insights across multiple different networks. So right now we support several layer 1 and layer 2 protocols. We support Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom, Polygon, Arbitrum, and also Optimism, along with Moonbeam. So some ideas for hackers of some things that they could build or explore with our data sets would be things like liquidity analysis across the different DEXs that exist in these ecosystems, building some visualizations for on-chain activity, or integrating with open source Oracle solutions or open source wallets. One note as well is our virtual hackathon won't start until November 18th, but we'll also be there on the in-person hackathon as well to complete the hackathon there. And yeah, looking forward to meeting you all and seeing what you guys build.
That's fantastic. So I believe Blockpour is a multi-chain DeFi data analytics and insights tool. So I guess if you're interested in leveraging all the on-chain data and integrate that with the DeFi protocols you guys are building, I believe there's a lot that you can discuss with Braden and the rest of his team. And I believe Blockpour has offered a very generous price, $10,000 for you to grab. So I want to welcome all the hackers to dig into their bounty and see if you can integrate with Blockpour. And Braden will be there to support you. Thank you, Braden.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So last but not least, I want to welcome Jashil from BitDao. Hi, Jashil.
Hey, everyone. Really excited to join you all here today. I'm Jashil from BitDao. So BitDao is one of the largest community-directed treasuries with over 2 billion in assets to invest in the Web3 space over the next 10 years. We deploy resources, both people and capital, to community-led projects and initiatives that are propelling the industry forward and contributing back to the ecosystem. We promote a build and public ethos and a number of initiatives to involve community in our work. So one of the biggest problems that's facing DAOs right now is a lack of participation in governance. As you can see here on our prompt, we have a $5,000 bounty for contribution to this problem. If you want us maybe to scroll down a little bit, we have a number of hints where we just scroll down, sorry. Yeah, great. So it's a very, very wide open prompt here that can be interpreted in quite a lot of different ways. Well, what we're looking for ideally is ideas that can help us to gamify the participation in DAO governance. We've listed a bunch of ideas here like ideation, gamification, moderated environment, membership NFTs expanded. And we're looking for a lot of different ways for people to come up with some ideas to help us to push this idea forward. We've also linked out to a couple of other prompts in the BitDao ecosystem that will kind of help people to explore and to research the ideas a little bit better. So the judgment criteria that we're kind of looking for is it has to target a specific problem demonstrated by knowledgeable research, demonstrate innovation, creativity, thought leadership, can be implemented with today's technology, has an immediate impact on the BitDao ecosystem and easily adopted by other autonomous entity and DAOs, and can potentially be developed into a self-sustaining product. If you want to know more about this prompt, or if you want to work on this, please reach out to me. Delighted to help. Yeah, looking forward to seeing some visions.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to thank BitDao for sponsoring $5,000 for ETH Vietnam. Will Jashil, you and your team be in Vietnam to support hackers this time?
Absolutely, yes, we will. We're also going to be there a week before. We have another initiative called Sozu House, which is a 8-day retreat in Hoi An we're running, which is designed to give hackers a place to work together, come up with ideas, get mentorship, and yeah, it'll be in the run-up to ETH Vietnam. So it's really, really looking forward to that, and we will have a couple of people at the event itself as well.
Awesome. Thank you. I believe actually in BitDao, there's a few initiatives that's really supporting developers in different research and development topics in Ethereum. I believe you guys are creating a ZK DAO, and there's a few other initiatives that's really cool related to gaming. Game 7 is also part of BitDao. So I want to welcome hackers to check out the amazing bounties that BitDao is sponsoring here. And also, if you have some other initiative that you're building, I believe there are a lot of interesting grant opportunities provided by BitDao team. So thank you, Jashil, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So without further ado, I guess it's my part to help you on submitting successfully to this hackathon and understand the bounties of Dorahacks. So I'm Steve. I'm a partner at Dorahacks. So I'm going to use like 2 to 3 minutes to show how to actually submit your amazing project to the ETH Vietnam Hackathon on Dorahacks. So let me know if you can see my screen. So what you're seeing right now is the ETH Vietnam Buidlathon 2022 page on Dorahacks.io. This will be actually your project submission portal for participating in the hackathon. So I think we'll open up this portal to you really soon, but how to actually use Dorahacks to submit your project. So on Dorahacks, open source project is called a BitDao. So if you click on the BitDao link here, you'll find amazing projects that other fellow hackers have built in the past few days. And so what you want to do is actually to find the ETH Vietnam Hackathon. I believe the domain name for that is actually quite easy to find, is dorahacks.io/hackathon/ETH Vietnam. You can find the hackathon here. This will be your submission portal. And in this page, you'll also find some details related to this hackathon, the eligibility, how to enter, the timeline, and what are the workshops, what are the bounties. Actually, all of them, you can find the details here. And also, if you have something that I didn't explain well in this workshop, in the opening ceremony, you can also find a detailed guideline in the submission guide here. So I'll just walk you through real quick. So here you'll find the submit BitDao button. This is like submitting your project button here. So there are two ways. If you have participated in a Dorahacks hackathon before and you want to use the same BitDao to participate, then you'll find some of the previous BitDaos you have submitted here. But if you are completely new, feel free to create a new BitDao here. Create a new BitDao is to create a project for yourself. And here you should enter your project name, which category it falls into, and in the project source, you can click Hackathon and just type ETH Vietnam. And the infrastructure, the layer 1, layer 2s that you're deploying. So if you are adopting Scrolls, a bounty, feel free to put a scroll here, to select scroll here. And also you can select Polygon if you are submitting the Polygon bounty, or whichever layer 1, layer 2 you guys are adopting. A 1-sentence tagline, which is your vision, what problem your project is trying to solve. A BitDao description, a description of the project, and it supports, I think, a markdown, so you can edit here a little bit. And also a cover image for a project, like your logos and your key visuals, you can put it here. And please put your Telegram handle here, so that, especially the team captain, so that we can verify this is a real BitDao with you here. But also feel free to share your Discord handle or some other ways that we can reach out to you. And how to add team members here is that you feel free to invite your team to register for Dorahacks.io. You can actually find them and add them to your team by actually searching their email here. So if you, if I want to add Chris, I'll just click, I've searched Chris' email and he'll show up here. And let me also find, so if I want to add George, you can find George here. So this is team information. You can give a high-level introduction about the teams here, and also are not requested, but definitely welcomed and encouraged to upload is actually your GitHub link, your demo link, and your demo video link. All of those three are very, very important for the judges to actually dig a little bit more into your project and give a very comprehensive feedback on this project. So the more detail that you can provide about the project, especially the GitHub link, demo video link, I think there are higher chances the judges will have an in-depth review about your project, understand your team better. So after everything is submitted, you can submit the project and get back to this page. With this page, what you want to do is to select existing builder and select the bounties that you have tackled. Either you selected the Blockpour bounty or the scroll bounty. Feel free to select all of the bounties that you're eligible to compete here. But please, we're advising you not to click the bounties that you didn't tackle. That will cause a lot of trouble to our judges. And that's something we're really trying to avoid. So please just select the bounties that you tackled here. Let's just say you tackled our bounty, the Dorahacks bounty, and you're good to go. You can click Submit Hackathon Application, and we'll approve your application, and you can find your team, your project there. So that's a very high-level overview of how to submit your project to Dorahacks. And I want to use a minute to briefly introduce quadratic funding and Macy to you, because we have actually approximately 10,000 pool for quadratic funding for you guys to share. So on Dorahacks, we support this really cool scheme of quadratic funding. Let's just use this one for example, the OpenSea Hackathon. So how it works is that we are allowing the community to also come see what are some of the really cool projects that emerged from ETH Vietnam. So if you are not a developer, you can actually still participate and contribute to the really, really amazing teams in ETH Vietnam. How we do that is that actually the platform allows the community to participate by, let me give you a really good example here. Let's just use the Polygon one for example. So quadratic funding is actually introduced to crypto, or introduced to Web3 by Vitalik himself. And it is a scheme where the community can participate in the governance, and the community contribution or the community voting will actually decide how much an initiative or project, in our case, can receive from the public matching pool. So in ETH Vietnam, what we have is approximately 10,000 USD to be distributed to all the participating teams and the winning teams. And how the teams will be distributed, or how the prizes will be distributed, will actually be decided on how many votes that those teams will receive from you guys, from the community. So we'll open up a portal. This actually is a very high level introduction of quadratic voting and quadratic funding, but this is the high level understanding. The more votes they receive, the more support they receive from the community, the more support of the matching they will get from the official prize pool there. So in ETH Vietnam, we have actually $10,000, and actually half of it is provided by Dorahacks. We want to encourage you to try out and split the pool there. Another thing, also a very key initiative that I want to introduce is called Macy. This is also part of Ethereum research in how to implement ZK technology into community governance and voting. So what is Macy? And I'm really happy to share that this was also proposed by Vitalik in 2019. It's minimum anti-collusion infrastructure. It is I actually see Macy as an improvement to the pre-existing quadratic funding and quadratic voting mechanism. So in quadratic funding, the votes are all on-chain. So when I vote for you, you actually know. So there's a way of creating collusion where I vote for your project and your project will bribe me or my votes by airdropping your token or other kind of incentives, because everything is traceable on-chain. But what is Macy is Macy stands for minimum anti-collusion infrastructure. It is built in the purpose of defeating collusion. And how that works is that all of the votes will be encrypted and validated by ZK proofs. And the ZK proof will be run by Dora's community as well. And how it works is that everyone will know that I voted for this project, but the teams that received the vote won't know who voted for them, other than how many votes they received. So it's impossible for them to bribe or collude with the community that they have. So it is one of the most advanced research and development right now of ZK technology in the governance space. And we're very happy to introduce quadratic funding and Macy and explore that with you in ETH Vietnam. So some research efforts that related to it is Macy anonymization, Macy 1.0. It is a research, I think, delivered by Privacy Scaling team, and also Clear Fund, which is a project emerged from East Denver 21. They actually contributed to the early research of Macy tech stack. And we have this bounty before, but also I guess we can put it here that we welcome you to crash our Macy smart contract. And there's additional bounty for you there that if you can crash our Macy smart contract, basically help us prove that a little bit, there's a small prize for you. So that's an introduction of quadratic funding and Macy to you. Very happy to introduce QF in ETH Vietnam. So before we wrap up, the bounty provided by Dorahacks, we're actually aiming to fund or support core Ethereum researchers and team building on important initiative in the Ethereum ecosystem with our help. We have carved out $5,000 from our treasury of Reddio to actually reward teams working on specific ETH adoption problems. First is to build ERC 4337 related infrastructures, bundlers, multi-sig algorithm applications, use ZK proof to improve privacy for SBT, so bound tokens, cross layer 2 data and transaction infrastructures, efficient ZKM speed up techniques, and last but not least is that we want to support the best local team that's curating Ethereum developer community and building something really cool to advance core research and development in Ethereum. So that's all I want to introduce. Welcome to ETH Vietnam. Happy to support this amazing operation with all of Dorahacks resources. Happy to open source our platform. So guys, developers, fellow developers, if you have any question related to how to register, how to submit, and how to tackle any of the bounties, feel free to reach out to ETH Vietnam team and Dorahacks team. We're very happy to support you here. And I want to thank you all for spending your Sunday time for joining us today. There are $60,000 for you to grab and all of the amazing bounties for you to explore. Yeah. So thank you for joining today, and I look forward to seeing your project in ETH Vietnam Hackathon, and looking forward to see you in person in Ho Chi Minh City next month. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck, guys.